Hello, I'm Hugh Plappert, and in this video, I'd like to talk with you about how to right size finish line planner for the size of your church. You may be a brand new church plant, and you and your family are the only members of your church. Or you may be kind of what we call a home mission status. Maybe you're running under 50 members and you have a few families in your church, and of those, even a subset of those that you can really count on in helping you with the workload of growing a church. Or your church is growing, but you don't have a paid staff. Your majority or all of your staff is volunteer, and so you have limited time with them, and you can't overburden them, and most of the workload you are carrying yourself. Or you could be a larger church where you have departments, you may have paid staff, or still using mostly volunteer staff, but they're departmentalized and it's a larger organization. A finish line planner can work in all of those environments. So let's start at the beginning. With a church plant and you're by yourself, you would use Finish Line Planner to balance your workload and not overwhelm yourself, but yet accomplish some significant and great goals. As a small business owner here at Finish Line Planner, when I plan out a webinar, I have about 50 tasks that I want to follow through and make sure things are done, and promoting the webinar, that promotional material getting out, the registration is set up, people are getting confirmation emails, the technology is working, the participants in the webinar are prepared and ready. And all those tasks are overwhelming if you try to pull off a webinar in 1 week or in a few days. But over 30 days, I schedule out about 50 tasks. And there's only 2 or 3 things I need to do each day. And if I follow up with those simple things each day, at the end of the 30-day period, I have a lot of things prepared and I am more comfortable, and I pull off a more successful webinar. So as a church plant, the value in Finish Line Planner is balancing that workload and yet having significance. For instance, when you follow up with visitors, you can lay out a long-term plan of small contacts over time to help with retention and relationship building and establishing that new visitor. Otherwise, you may have a new visitor and just be overwhelmed and thinking, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to follow up with this, and when am I going to get time to do that? But if you can balance out the workload over time, you can do a better, higher quality job and bear great fruit. Now, as your church grows and you bring in new converts and people are getting established, you can take those tasks that you customize and design for yourself, and you know that they work, and pass them off to your converts, just 2 or 3 tasks here and 2 or 3 tasks there, as more and more converts come into your church. And before you know it, you will have a team built that's executing a plan that you customize, that you are comfortable with, and that you know works in your environment, and you hit the ground running. And so you've managed your workload. You've also prepared a quality program to get executed earlier on in your church, to keep your church a quality process for growing and bringing in new converts. So there is a value of Finish Line Planner for the small church plant. If you only have a few families in your church, okay, engaging them, let them take part of the ministry and share some of the workload with them according to the level of responsibility that they're can be accountable for, okay? But there are some basic tasks that anybody can do. And so when you design your plans, if they can just do their part, if it is cleaning the bathrooms and reminding them they're cleaning the bathrooms and tell them, hey, they're doing a great job cleaning the bathrooms, bring them on board, get the church growing. You don't have to have a church of 200 to have a growing church. Okay, with 10 or 20, there's things you can do to help your church grow. And the biggest thing you can do to help your church grow is to grow internally with the people God has given you. Okay, at the level that they're at. Everybody can always stretch a little bit. Everybody can always learn a little bit. And everybody can always take on a little bit more responsibility. But if you can manage it so it's not overwhelming and the small tasks are over time, that will gather moss, and significant things will happen engaging those few families in your church. If your staff is volunteer, Finish Line Planner is all about volunteering, and it's the ultimate environment to use Finish Line Planner in. Now, in our last email, we talked about the implementation of Finish Line Planner and the stand-up meetings. This is significant with volunteers. Once a week, before or after service, you want to do a tag-in or stand-up meeting with all of your volunteers. Bring up the clipboard on Finish Line Planner on the screen. Talk about the work that is outstanding today. And get a status update on that. Do a peek into the future and tell them about what's coming down in the future. It's not a meeting to resolve issues. It's a status meeting. Are you on top of it? Are you having problems? Identify the problem, but don't resolve the problem in the meeting. Just get the communication going on and the accountability. Okay? And once your volunteers start that accountability, they just know that, hey, I better do it because the pastor's going to ask about it. Things are taking place. Eventually it becomes part of the culture of the church, and as you bring in new people to your team, the rest of the team is telling them, hey, this is the way we do it. Don't forget to update your status on Finish Line Planner. But you will have challenges in the adoption stage unless you do something like a stand-up or tag-in meeting with your volunteers. So you're a larger church, all right? Finish Line Planner works a little different because we really do focus on the smaller growing church. But if you're in the larger church, the way you use Finish Line Planner is by department, okay? So each of the significant departments would have their own Finish Line Planner account, and they take care of their own processes, okay? The reason for that is the clipboard panel and the design interface of Finish Line Planner can get overwhelming and super busy and in a larger church and get really dizzy quick and lose efficiency. And so to maintain it for the size that it was written for, you would want to have a Finish Line Planner account for the youth department, a Finish Line Planner account for the Sunday school department, a Finish Line Planner account for the ladies ministry, etc., and so on. And then the leaders in those departments designing their own plans and following up with their own volunteer staff. Now, the unique thing about Finish Line Planner in that large church environment is each member that is volunteering only needs one login. And so if somebody in the youth department is also teaching the youth class in Sunday school, they will log in and they will get all their tasks and responsibilities on one panel, even though they're part of two organizations. So that works in your favor for a larger church. So we've gone over the church plan, churches with just a few families, churches with a volunteer staff, and the larger church. You will always find Finish Line Planner can help you be more effective and efficient in growing the kingdom of God and reaching souls. Hello, my name is Hugh Plackett, and welcome to Finish Line Planner, where we help pastors who are undertaking church growth alone. It is my goal to assist pastors and lay leaders like you to optimize your growth potential in an environment of minimal time and staff. 60% of churches in North America operate with less than 100 members. Most of them require a bivocational pastor. Undertaking church growth alone can be challenging, and we're here to help. To maximize our resources and videos, we partner with church growth leaders like Carlton Kuhn, Tim Massengale, Dr. Eugene Wilson, Gary Elias, Dan Kyle, Calvin Jean, and others. To make the most of this opportunity for your ministry, church, and community, click the subscribe button here.